Thank you so much for tuning in. So we'll be using Brazilian wool to do spring twist, and I'll be using these queues to turn my Brazilian wool into a spring twist extension so that it can be favorable for me to do the spring twist. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in. It's Yvonne Wema, and I am so glad that you'll be enjoying this video. So first and foremost, I secure my Brazilian wool by tying a knot. It's just taking one strand to the opposite side and tying a knot. It is very advisable to do that so that you can secure your Brazilian wool. If you can't tie a knot, you can use rubber bands or you can use hairpins. And on to the next step, I will keep on twisting while rolling up my Brazilian, as you can see, so that I can create that spring natural look, like it can not be seen like it's a Brazilian wool. I really wanted that, and it is very easy. As you can see, I was just rolling up the hair. I feel like the twist will come out naturally. It wasn't like I was twisting as a mast or something. I was just rolling up the hair. So I used a total number of 3 packs of Brazilian wool, and that was possible because I was using the size as it came. Size, I mean the strand. You know, when you open your Brazilian wool, the way the strand is, I never added 2 or 3 because I wanted this size to be small. I wanted my spring twist extension to be small. I really hope that you understand, because sometimes you can cut your Brazilian wool, and when you cut it into two, your hair that you're rolling is kind of bigger and it will make bigger curls, and you won't be able to achieve the twist or the results that you want. So I will advise you to just the way the Brazilian wool comes as it is, just roll that hair without cutting. Don't cut it into two, don't increase the size or anything. It makes better curls like that. Yeah. And also, as you roll up the hair, make sure they're close together. As you can see, there are no spaces in between, and if you find any space, just push the hair upwards and keep on rolling. I don't know the physics behind it, but it makes a difference, and yeah, just do that. And also, as I said, at the beginning and the end, make sure you tie a knot. If you can't tie a knot, make sure you just use rubber bands to secure. And I was doing it, I was just taking one strand to the opposite direction and then tying a knot. So this is what you're having. These are the results, and I was fairly impressed. On to the next step is dipping them into hot water. There is no harm in adding conditioner. I would say it makes a huge difference, but it really does make a difference. So why not? And hot water, not warm, not slightly hot. It is hot water. Let the steam be up 100 degrees Celsius. Steam, whichever name that you will choose, hot water. And also let it stay for 5 to 10 minutes, because it is actually wool. We are dealing with wool. Let it marinate, whichever way you'll call it. And also make sure they are fully dipped. As you can see, I had to add hot water. On to the next step, it's drying them. As you can see, I was using towel drying, and I just left them overnight so that they can be completely dry. I will highly suggest for you to do that, because you can be so curious to unravel. You want to see this project. I want to see how my curls turn on. But let me tell you, make sure they are completely dry. As you can see, you aren't seeing any drop of water or anything, and just unravel it gently and look at the results. This is what you'll be receiving. I was very impressed with the results. It was giving darling spring twist, and I'm so here for it. I mean, look at it. You can't see it is Brazilian wool. No, you can't see it. And I was cutting off the ends, the one that we were using to tie the knot, and onto unraveling it. It was giving, look, gently. The curls were fully maintained, and let me tell you, the camera ain't doing this justice. The curls were giving. It wasn't dry. It was just another hair extension or something. On to the next step. I was doing my cornrows. I did the cornrows at the back, nothing different, nothing new. I just did cornrows and left some hairs at the front. Those hairs at the front, I'll be doing normal twisting. At the back, I was crocheting. And so let me first explain the tutorial, why I chose this method, and also explaining the pros and cons. So first, this method was very convenient for me. I was just crocheting and twisting. And there are 3 to 5 methods on how you can achieve your spring twist, on how you can achieve your micro twist. But let me tell you, this is the most convenient method that I can truly suggest. And let me tell you, you will not regret. I was just crocheting the hair, one piece, and twisting. Let me show you how I did my crochet. I was just pulling the hook and taking that hair, and make sure you tie a knot. Always make sure you tie a knot when you crochet. And after tying a knot, I just twist. And let me tell you, thing about this twist, make it as loose as possible. Make it at the opposite direction. You know, the ugliest twist you can ever make. Yeah, that one. We don't need to be perfect. You don't need to open your eyes. You don't even need to see what you're doing. That's how convenient this hairstyle was, convenient this hair was, and I loved this tutorial. I was just wow. I was wowing every moment. I was excited. I like, it was me tutorialing myself, because I just loved this tutorial. And comment below, do you like this hairstyle? Do you think this method is convenient for you as it is for me? And as we continue, I'm showing you the end, how I twisted it. I never did anything major. I actually left the curls like that because I really wanted that curly kinking look at the end. And let me tell you, this hair did it right, like just the way I wanted it. And you're gonna see it at the end results. So I was just twisting it like that. And onto the crochet, this is what I did. My mistake, to the pros and cons. My con, one, it is, I did my contours quite tight and it was painful. I don't know how I will unlearn to make loose contours, but it is very advisable if you're doing crochet. Just make your lines are, your contours are kind of loose or something, so that you don't get that pain. And I think that's something that I would have done differently, and I'm going to do this tutorial again because I just love it. It is so convenient, and I feel like I'll do it in colors: black, maroon, brown. I don't know, or maybe in different and more creative hairstyles. So at the front, as I am showing the front lines, I'll be doing normal twist. As you can see, I'm not crocheting. I'll be doing normal twist so that it can look more natural, and it can really be seen as I was crocheting. As you can see the crochet, I really feel like I should have zoomed, because you see how it was looking natural. And another method people are suggesting is twisting the hair and then crocheting it after. But I was like, how am I going to see the back? And I don't want that stress of, is this hair going to be enough, is it not going to be enough? So I was like, okay, I'm just going to do this one. And yeah, this is what I received. And as you can see, I was keep on doing the twisting at the front. I did it at the whole front, and it was looking more natural. No one could notice it was a crochet. And look at the volume, the volume is what did it for me. Right now I was just rushing. I was like, I just need to show it to the world. This one, I'm going to do this tutorial over and over again. I'm going to do it to the village. Like, everyone should receive this blessing. We shall spread the gospel, and never forget the last, touch up. And look, I did the trimming, and this hair was giving. I loved the volume. I loved how the twists were looking. It was just giving something like, it is not Brazilian wool, and that was what I was wanting. I never wanted to look anything close like a Brazilian. And as you can see, I was giving a queen. And if you haven't subscribed, have I not convinced you enough? Just do this pretty girl a favor and subscribe to our channel. And above all, thank you so much for watching up until the end. This is a tutorial on how to subscribe.